So you're thinking about maybe investing into real estate, maybe thinking about getting into the stock market. What are the pros and cons? Let's talk about it. Now, before I even get started, I want to note that I have nothing against real estate. I think real estate's great. In fact, I own over 10 properties in my investment portfolio that are physical properties. So I don't have anything against it. However, from the getting started perspective, from somebody that's got a very limited amount of capital, is it really that practical? In fact, you can click on the link right now that's popping up on the screen, and you can go see the amount that I spent on my real estate investing education. So like I said, nothing against it, but is it really that practical? Now, the gurus out there that are trying to sell you courses, trying to sell you trainings, they have all sorts of things. Hey, buy my system and there's no money required. You can get into real estate, no money needed. You know, they're using words like wholesale, assigned contracts, bird dogging, all those sorts of things. No money's required to get in. You know, you just get assigned the contracts to somebody else. You can just make the system work for you. And okay, sure, assuming all that stuff is legal in the state you live in, but is it really that practical? But let's contrast that with getting into the market. And there's a big component that really separates the two in terms of practicality, particularly for somebody that's just getting started. Like I said, if you have mass amounts of capital, then yeah, you could probably jump right into real estate, no problem. But this is geared towards the people that are, I think I want to try to get into real estate. Well, regardless of anything in life, but let's focus on trading and real estate investing, is you're going to need opportunities. Opportunities are what's going to generate profits. In real estate, you're probably calling these deals. You got to find deals. Well, we also have to do planning. So I'm assuming that you're somebody that says, you know what, I want to invest. I need to spend money on training so I can learn, what's going on. So that's what we're assuming, that you want to plan, because you got to figure out, well, how am I going to find these opportunities? How am I going to turn these opportunities, these deals, into profits? So you're going to have some sort of money that you're going to need to spend on education. That's pretty straightforward. Trading or real estate, you're going to be spending money. However, this is where things get a little different. Within real estate, you are going to need to spend money to generate deals, to generate opportunities. I know the marketing says no money down. Well, you're going to want business cards. No homeowner is going to work with you if you look like, if you just pull up and you just look like some random person. They say, well, you can do driving for dollars. Well, last time I checked, cars don't run on air. You're going to have to spend gas just to drive around looking for properties. You're going to have to spend money on maybe you want to do direct mail. You're going to have to spend money on postage, direct mail, all that stuff. You need to spend money to generate those deals. Now, let's start to compare the contrast there. Notice I never said anything about trading, having to spend money to generate deals. So real estate, are there deals available? So after you start to spend money, use this money, maybe. You can't say for sure that you're going to actually generate some sort of deal, generate some sort of opportunity for yourself. You're definitely going to need to spend money. This becomes a no. If you're not willing to spend any money, use any capital to try to generate things, yeah, that's not going to happen. What about trading? Are deals available? Yes, deals are all over the place. And we're going to come back to this, but it's all about this term right here, liquidity. We'll come back to that, but like I said, this is the big component that separates the two, liquidity. Yes, there's deals wherever you look in the world of trading, and you don't even have to spend any money to generate them. So first big differentiator there. What about competition? Well, in real estate, it is brutal. Competition is absolutely fierce and brutal. In trading, it's insignificant. Now, I'm talking about competition in regards to deals. Sure, you're competing against, other professional traders, and if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, you could really get hurt. But in terms of availability of deals, it's insignificant. What do I mean by all this? Well, it goes back to liquidity. So in real estate, let's say that, hey, you find, a motivated seller, a distressed seller. You probably know the terms if you've done any research. And so that's, one deal. Well, if you think that you're the only person, you're nuts. There's going to be multiple people there competing for this. What happens if you don't get it? What happens if things don't go your way? What do you get? You get nothing. They go with somebody else, your opportunity is gone. Back to this, drawing board, back to driving for dollars. You have nothing. It just doesn't happen. Why is that the case? Well, the liquidity, the availability is just so small. There's one deal. There's one deal and maybe, 5 people competing for that one deal. Whereas let's look at the market. So let's say that there's something, a stock is trading, let's just say for $65. And yeah, you're gonna have all sorts of people maybe interested in that. But it goes back to liquidity. The market is so liquid, it's so good at facilitating deals, facilitating opportunities, that let's say things don't go wrong. Well, instead of being totally left out in the cold like you would with real estate, for this maybe you end up having to pay $65 and let's just say at 10 cents. Okay, so you have to pay 10 cents more if things don't go your way. Is that really a huge deal breaker? Not at all, but that's just why liquidity is so important. Whereas real estate, if you have one deal, multiple people competing, it's either feast or famine. You either get it or you don't. Now, of course, the gurus are going to say, make sure you have a lot of leads in your funnel. Make sure you're always trying to get leads. That way you can generate more deals. Well, again, you're going to be spending money to keep that funnel loaded with leads. Whereas here in the market, you can use the same amount and put it to work. You can start trading with it. You don't have to go and generate deals within the stock market. The deals already exist. They're all over the place. There's many companies. Their stocks are moving up and down. There's money to be made there. So you don't have to go and spend money to do that. You don't have to spend money to find that stuff. It already exists. Whereas real estate, you got to get out there. You got to talk to motivated sellers on the phone. You got to try to negotiate. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Whereas with trading, you don't have to call anybody on the phone. You don't have to negotiate with anybody. You don't call up Apple and negotiate with them saying, hey, can I get your stock price? No, the market is what it is. You learn how to deploy strategies. I use technical analysis charts. It's just a lot less stressful. And I know, like I said, I'm in real estate. I understand how that works. I've dabbled in, getting leads and going through all that sort of stuff. It sure is nice to just be able to turn on your computer, look at the stock market, say, wow, look at all these opportunities that are sitting here waiting for me already. And sure, I'm competing against other people, but because the market is so liquid, yeah, if it's something at 65, if things don't quite go my way, maybe I'll have to pay 65.05, 65.10. Unlike real estate, wow, that's a great deal. I can make a lot of money on that deal. Well, there's a lot of other people thinking the same thing. Then you get into bidding wars, prices start to go up. If you're competing against other investors, maybe somebody's got a better relationship with that realtor or that investor than you do. There's just so many other factors that can lead you to being out in the cold with nothing at all. So if you're thinking about getting into real estate, consider trading, consider the stock market. Do a little bit more research into that. If you have any questions, feel free, leave them down in the comment section below. Let me know. But don't think that real estate investing, real estate flipping, I know all the TV shows on TV are great. It's very, very difficult to get into. The barrier of entry is very difficult. You start with $1,000. Yeah, you may be able to generate some leads, but whether or not you capture it, I don't know. Start with $1,000 within the stock market, and that assumes that you get good trading under you. You can do quite a bit with 1,000. If you're just using that within the stock market. So keep that in mind. Like I said, leave any questions you have for me. This is more designed towards people that were maybe searching for real estate stuff and then they come across this. Open your horizons, do a little more research. Like I said, the barrier to entry is much less because opportunities already exist and liquidity makes the competition just a whole different ball game. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.